there was a fourth rat. I thought there was a whole family of them, to be honest. It sounded like they were having a party in the cratch. Last night, the night before that, you hear these little scrabbly, scritchy sounds. So what happened was, I became aware of the presence of rats in the cratch again, which it's my fault because I've left piled stuff up there, junk that I don't need, or whatever. It's not organised. There's loads of little nooks and crannies, so rats are going to love that. And then you put a bag of rubbish in there and they're thinking, we've got a condominium built for us and we've got a food supply in this rubbish bag. It's ideal, so no wonder. Anyway, so I started putting poison down. I know, guys, I must apologise in advance for the grisliness and my cruelty, really, in my treatment of the rat, my ruthless treatment. The noise died down, so I thought, perhaps it's died, it's eaten the poison, which I saw the poison, the place it had gone. So I thought it must have eaten it. Perhaps it's dead, but no. A little bit later on I thought, is that scratching thing again? And I thought, yeah, it is. Put another block out. The next night, again, about 6 p.m-ish, about an hour after dark, perhaps. Scratch, scratch. Like, oh no, because it's a horrible sound to have. My chair is only 3 feet away from the cratch, the bow doors, so they're just right next to me. So I had a couple of poison blocks left, put those down the next night. Again, they disappeared, nothing. And my last gambit was a rat trap or two. You've got to, when you put the bait on the cheese, you've got to try different things. You've got to sort of use like butter or something to hold it in place. You've got to just make the rat pull at it a little bit, you know what I mean? Just not make it too easy, quick to snatch. And that's what I did. And I put both of them out, and I did this butter, I think I put some cheese on, cinnamon. I saw on YouTube they like cinnamon, apparently. Well, it worked. I put a little sprinkle of cinnamon on. So it goes to bed. Woke up this morning, obviously I didn't hear it, I was asleep, but the trap had gone off. I suspected something horrible might be waiting for me, and it wasn't as bad as I thought, but in some ways it was worse, because the rat was injured but not dead. It was lying next to the trap, and there was a little dot of blood on the trap. Sorry guys, but what can I say, it's the truth. There was a dot of blood on the trap, and the rat was lying next to it, and I thought, is it dead? Well, I thought it's got to be dead. It's laying there. And of course I moved the door, because it was right underneath where the door is, right in front of the door, and I moved the door, and I saw its chest move. I thought, oh my god, the thing's still alive. But it wasn't fully mobile. Like, something must have been broken. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. Perhaps its neck, perhaps it's some legs, I don't know. It wasn't able to move, because as soon as it saw me edge the door open, that's normally the rat's trigger. I've seen this recently. They will absolutely scarper unless they're cornered, in which case look out. And there's a serious side to it because of Weil's disease, which is in their urine, but who knows? Is it in their bloodstream? Is it in their bite, their saliva? Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to take the chance. So yeah, the rat was there, and I thought, okay, now I've got a half dead rat just in front of the bow doors. What do I do? And I was thinking, I need something to grab it and launch it out. I just wanted it out of the boat. So I came out, first of all, before tackling the rat at all, I came out and undid the cratch cover and lifted it, so I had a clear throwing arc out of the boat. And then I got the coal tongs, brilliant coal tongs, because I use ones like barbecue ones, and they properly grip. Actual coal tongs might not have done the job, to be honest. It might have gotten its way out or something, I don't know. But these barbecue ones, what an inspired purchase that was. But I sort of crept up and I thought, if it is capable, if it is capable of movement, because in between me opening the cratch and like it had moved to a slightly different position, so it was capable of some movement, but I didn't know how much. So I poised them just above it, right, just above it, and launched and shut at the same time. And all of a sudden it came to life and started wriggling. Oh my god. So the thing's wriggling, trying to get out, but it was clearly damaged. It wasn't fully mobile, but it meant business. So what I did was I sort of lashed it. I threw it onto the towpath, and then I thought, well, I've got to get rid of it, because if it's capable of moving, which I don't know, some movements it can do. If it's capable of movement, it actually brought it in the tongs. It brought its neck back as if to bite at whatever was holding it, you know. Utterly terrifying, honestly. I was far more scared than the rat was. So the rat's on the towpath, hasn't moved, and I thought this thing is pretty much immobilised, but it's got a bite in it. First of all I kicked it, and then it started jumping, and it jumped onto my foot. So I sort of shook my foot, and then it was disappeared in between my legs. So I'm staggering round, slow-witted buffoon. Turned round and the rats then stopped again behind me. It couldn't do any more, thank God. A rat in proper shape would have probably eaten me alive. So I thought, okay, I've got to sort of end this, and I'm not going to go into any detail, but I used a bladed implement. Yeah, I'll put it out of its misery with a bladed implement, and we shall say no more than that. It was horrible, to be honest. We don't find ourselves killing animals in our modern lives. It was like, it's a novel and very unpleasant thing. You know, we scoff meat and different products like that all day long, you know, and we never think about the actual death of the animal. That's got, not that I'm going to eat a rat, by the way, obviously that's not, but you know, you get the point. But you know, I've left one trap in there. I don't know, there might be more rats. I've run out of poison, but I'm going into rugby tomorrow, so I'll get some poison. I think the poison slows them down. I don't think it kills them, because this guy was leaping round. He was like an Olympic rat. The thing was just agile, even though it was half dead. It was jumping in between my legs, and it was nightmare. So very traumatic start to the day, to be honest. Awful business. So I'm afraid there was a fourth rat. There might be more, you know, watch this space basically. I mean, there could be more of the buggers. I don't know what the long-term answer is really, for me or the rats, you know. Both of us are having a bit of a bad time, you know what I mean? Perhaps more stressful for the rat in view of the fact that it's now deceased. Oh dear, oh dear.